July the 19th, 2023. We are now reading the book Thoughts on Daniels and Revelation by URIAH Smith. We are reading Revelation 11, verse 19, the last verse in this chapter 11, the revelation of Jesus Christ. There's this beloved disciple and Apostle John. Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Oh, your spirit is needed, your Holy Spirit, your presence and power in our lives. I pray in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Verse 19, and the temple of God was opened in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of his testament, and there were lightnings and voices and thunderings, and an earthquake and great hail. Having introduced the seventh trumpet, in verse 15, the first great event that strikes the mind of the seer is the transfer of the kingdom from earthly to heavenly rule. God takes to him his great power and forever crushes the rebellion of this revolted earth, establishes Christ upon his own throne, and remains himself supreme over all. This picture being completed, we are pointed back in verse 18 to the state of the nations, the judgments to fall upon them, and the final destiny of both saints and sinners. This field of vision having been scanned, we are taken back once more in the verse now under notice, and our attention is called to the close of the priesthood of Christ, the last scene of the work, in the work of mercy for a guilty world. The temple is open, the second apartment of the sanctuary is entered. We know it is the Holy of Holies that is here open, for the ark is seen. In that apartment alone, an ark was deposited. This took place at the end of the 2,300 days when the sanctuary was to be cleansed, the time when the prophetic periods expired, and the seventh angel commenced to sound. Since that time, the people of God had seen by faith the open door in heaven and the ark of God's testament there. They are endeavoring to keep every precept of the holy law written upon the tables therein deposited, and that the tables of the law are there just as the ark of the covenant, and the ark in the sanctuary erected by Moses is evident from the terms which John uses in describing the ark. He calls it the ark of his testament. The ark was called the ark of the covenant or testament because it was made for the express purpose of containing the tables of the testimony or 10 commandments, Exodus 25:16, 31:18, Deuteronomy 10:2-5. It was put on no other use and owed its name safely to the fact that it contained the tables of the law. If the tables were not therein yet, John beholding the ark in heaven under the sounding of the seventh trumpet, still calls in the ark of his testimony, affording an unanswerable proof that the law is there still, unaltered in one jot or tittle from the copy, which for a time was committed to the care of the man of the typical ark of the tabernacle during the Mosaic dispensation. The followers of the prophetic word have also received the reed and are measuring the temple, the altar, and them that worship therein. Verse 1, they are uttering their last prophecy before nations, peoples, and tongues, chapter 10-11. And the drama will soon close with the lightning, thundering, voices, and earthquakes, great hail, which will constitute nature's last convulsion before all things are made new at the close of 1,000 years. Revelation 21, verse 5. See on chapter 16.